Welcome to our SmartEvals presentation, Best Tips to Improve Response Rates. We've broken down these tips into 3 parts. Welcome to Part 1, getting your faculty to buy into your course evaluation system. If instructors believe that they can get better feedback, higher response rates, and improve their courses, they will gladly do their part in getting students to complete surveys. Tip number 1. Make sure your instructors are fully trained in the survey system. Get faculty and deans comfortable with an initial setup training. After that, hold follow-up sessions periodically to keep them familiar with the system. Provide training videos and documentation that they can access when needed. The important part is that instructors' concerns are addressed before going into survey season, which will give them the confidence that they'll need. Tip number 2. Keep your instructors in the information loop. Email them reminders to ask students to complete surveys. Send them their response rates at different points during the evaluation period. But above all, make sure they stay informed and motivated. Tip number 3. Provide instructors with email reminder templates that they can use or modify and send to students. Students are more likely to read an email from their instructor rather than from the school, which is why this tip is useful. It's the best way to make sure that all emails that get sent out stay consistent while allowing instructors to add their personal touch. Tip number 4. Provide instructors a template for thank you response emails. These appear after a student completes their surveys and would be beneficial to set up in your LMS. You can even send a thank you email in advance to engage students before the evaluation period is over. This gesture is one of those details that go a long way in retaining a responder for next semester. Tip number 5. Provide instructors the ability to write down notes about their surveys. That way they can easily remember points about each semester, like if they choose to incorporate a new textbook for one of their classes and wanted to determine its effectiveness. Now the next 3 tips are very important when it comes to handling questions. Tip number 6. Give instructors the option to determine a question's applicability. Faculty members may be unhappy with a question for one of 2 reasons. It's either the phrasing of the question, or the question doesn't apply to their particular course. For example, you may have a dance instructor, and the question refers to the effectiveness of a textbook, but their course may not use a textbook. By giving them an option to note a question's applicability, instructors feel like they are being heard, and they can receive relevant data, which benefits response rates for instructors school-wide. Tip number 7. Give instructors the ability to add certain questions to their surveys. Again, your survey system might already have this feature. Doing this builds trust in the online surveys amongst your instructors, because they can be assured that the data coming in is both fair and reliable. Tip number 8. Have the option to ask different sets of questions. Whether it's by department or division, campus or class type, having this option limits the potential for survey fatigue, as well as creates a more focused survey with relevant questions. As an added bonus, it can be a lot easier for admins to manage data and quickly assign question sets, especially at a large institution. Tip number 9. Add follow-up questions to surveys. For questions that received a poor rating or low score, it would be beneficial to uncover more information on why you received that score by adding a follow-up question. This can provide context to why a student made their selections, so instructors know exactly what to adjust. When soliciting feedback, the best questions to ask are text-based, open-ended questions. Now it's time to address the elephant of the room. It's not exactly what I meant. But how does an instructor address a survey taker that simply clicks the same answer throughout the entire survey just to get it over with? Well, the next 3 tips will help break down the different types of survey takers. Tip number 10. Include data analysis on the thoughtfulness of graders. Your survey system may have some sort of algorithm to help determine which students simply rush to complete surveys and students that actively think about their selections. Allowing instructors to filter thoughtful responders when viewing survey results will make a significant impact in finding the exact areas they need to improve. Tip number 11. Include analysis for easy or hard graders. Students have the tendency to grade their instructors on a curve. In some cases, you might have students who give high ratings, even if they disliked a class, and students who give low ratings, even if they loved a class. Knowing the grading tendency of students is important when a faculty member is up for tenure review and their scores suddenly drop. It could be a result of having a semester of hard graders. Tip number 12. Include analysis for time of day the course evaluations were completed. This will be helpful by doing an analysis and proving to instructors that there is no difference between the time of day and when students complete their course evaluations. And the last tip for part 1. Tip number 13. Use a software vendor. Software vendors focus on compiling reliable and useful data while making sure that their systems avoid crashing or developing technical bugs. A vendor can take over the responsibility of collecting and organizing results from evaluations, so instructors can get back to other important tasks. An important thing to know when looking for a vendor is to make sure they can securely manage and protect FERPA data. So this wraps up part 1 of Best Tips to Improve Response Rates. Continue our series with part 2, Creating an Easy Experience for Students.